Greetings, greetings, greetings. On this Sunday, June the 30th, 2024 on the Gregorian calendar, reducing down to a 17, which is the star in Toro, Aquarian energy. That reduces down to 8, which is the strength card, Leo energy. Okay, so we have the star and the sun energy today. 8 is dealing with Saturn. Okay, that's law, order, discipline, limitations, boundaries, karma, right? That is that teacher, Saturn. Okay, emotionless teacher. Okay, but the one thing about Saturn, it allows you, choice. So you have free will to choose the deeds, your karma, okay, that you receive based on the deeds you put out. So I want to today talk about something, touch base on something, and this came to me when someone told me, that this particular now federally a federal holiday since I think 2021 that they if someone works at their current job, excuse me, if someone works on that day, they get to pay, double time or whatever, time and a half or double time or whatever. So I know that some federal establishments, then it might be a paid holiday, as well. So, however, and that is the Juneteenth that people, just celebrated about a little over a week ago. Okay. And I just kind of wanted to connect some dots with that. Okay. And they called that the Emancipation Day. And also to get into the word emancipation and what that means. Okay. But on April 16, 1862, the signing of the Compensated Emancipation Act by the President Abraham Lincoln, which officially ended slavery in Washington, D.C., okay, the District of Columbia, allowing over 3,000 enslaved people to be freed. Okay, it provided payments of up to $100 to those wishing to immigrate from the United States. Okay, we have to understand what the United States is. The United States is a corporation, and they tell you that in their United States Code. I think it's 15 USC 3015A, something like that, capital A. And they reimbursed up to $300 in compensation to Union former slave owners. Okay. Now, this only applied in Washington, D.C. So, 8.5 months later, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed on January the 1st, 1863. Okay. June 19th, 1865, that was the day that the Union Army arrived in Galveston, Texas, and issued a General Order number 3 declaring that all enslaved people were free. Okay. And, this was a tribute to liberation, okay, from slavery across the states. So, this Emancipation Day occurred in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, April 3rd. So, different states celebrate this on different days based on their emancipation. Virginia, Richmond was April 3rd, Florida, May 20th, Texas, June 19th, and Ohio, September 22nd. So Juneteenth was first celebrated in Texas on June 19, 1866. Okay. And like I said, Juneteenth was officially made a federal holiday in 2021. Okay. And then following that, they gave you the 13th Amendment. Okay. 2 years later, 1865, officially abolishing slavery in the United States. Then it gave you the 14th Amendment, 1868, granting you citizenship to the so-called United States formerly enslaved people and providing so-called equal protection under the laws. Then it gave you the 15th Amendment, granting the right to vote, particularly for men um, that were, um, formerly enslaved men, okay, stating that, a right to vote shall not be denied or abridged because of race, color, or previous condition of servitude, okay? And they say that these three amendments were important steps towards equality for so-called African Americans, though the struggle continued into the 20th century and continues today. So these things were supposed to bring, they say, uh, equality, okay, freedom, liberation, emancipation, but it's still a struggle today, okay? So in these 13th, 14th, 15th amendments, it's called the three dead badges, all right, because they're dead. So now, let's look at some things, astrologically with the dates. So April 16, 1862, that was a 28, okay, which is a 10, which reduces to a 1, okay. The first house, Aries, okay. And the Magician card, okay, in the Tarot. So that 4 being Uranus energy and the Emperor, okay, the number 4 in Tarot, all right. The 16 is the Tower in the Tarot, and then that reduces down to 7, which is the Chariot. So that was the signing that day, the signing of the Compensated Emancipation Act, okay. Freeing, enslaved people. So this was a Saturn, with that Uranus energy. This was a a sudden event, surprising event. Okay. Emperor, somebody in leadership and authority, being that of the President Abraham Lincoln at the time. Okay. The tower was something that was, something that was just, destroyed. A sudden destruction. So that, freeing slaves was, that tower, and then it allowed them, for as far as the chariot, to be so-called free, to have a little bit of movement and freedom. Okay. And then January the 1st, 1863, and that was when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, okay, which that's a 20, reducing down to the 2, Okay. And, oh, wait, the one was the sun sign, so I did say that. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something. So the 20 in Tarot is the judgment card. Okay. The 20 is the judgment card. So this Emancipation Proclamation, I guess we can look at it as the United States corporation judgment on that matter as far as, enslaved people. Okay, so-called enslaved people. Um, and then 2 was the high priestess. Okay, or is the high priestess in Tarot. Okay, then let's go to June 19, 1865. That's reducing down. Now, the 20, let's go back. The 20 in the African Goddess Rising Oracle is actually the betrayal card. Okay. And the 2 is the Cosmic Power card. Okay. Maui Lisa. That is divine feminine and divine masculine line. Okay. Um, that's what the Cosmic Power card is in the Oracle cards. Okay. And the 28 is soul forgiveness. Okay. And going back to the Compensated Emancipation Act date, the 28 is the soul forgiveness in the Oracle cards. And 10 is Ma'at in the Oracle cards. Okay. 1 is Nanabuluku. Okay. So June 19, 1865. Oh, wait. This was, okay, so yeah. So the Emancipation Proclamation was signed in Capricorn season. The compensated emancipation was Aries. And then we had June 19, 1865, which is a 36. And in the Oracle deck, the 36 is Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed, okay, which reduces down to a 9. Okay, the 9 is the Hermit in Tarot. Okay, and what is the 9 in the Oracle deck? Let me look. Just to see. Just to see. Oh, Goddess of Manifestation. Okay, so that's what that is. And the 9. Okay, and this was just as Gemini season when they did that. And what is the 9? Okay. What planet is the 9? Let's see. Mars. Okay. I don't know why I always forget that. So Mars. Okay. Number 9 is the planet Mars. And that was signed the Juneteenth took place in Gemini season. Okay. 6 being Venus, okay, which is the lover's card in Tarot. And let's see. divine lineage, goddess of divine lineage in the oracle cards. Okay. And then the 19th day, that's the sun in total. Okay, reduce it down to 10, which is the wheel. Okay, reduce it down to 1, which is the magician. And 19, I'm just doing this as I go. 19 in the oracle card is the shadow of shame. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. No. Wait, did I do that? Okay. So the dates we have was the Compensated Emancipation Act, April 16, 1862, which was done in Aries season. Okay. Aries, fire sign, okay, ruled by Mars, planet of action. Okay, the solar plexus chakra, dealing with internal power, confidence. Aries characteristics, some of them is combativeness, leadership, authority, bold, energetic, impulsive, unpredictable, spontaneous, competitive, independent, domineering, initiators. Their polarity sign is Libra, partnerships, contracts, legal affairs. Okay, so with that, signing, of course, that was them taking authority and leadership in their position as the president of the United States Corporation. Um, and, doing it through contracts, legal, affairs, partnerships. So, in a sense, making these enslaved people, which was, people, the copper tone color people, the indigenous aboriginal people of these Americas, okay, of these lands, the soil. Okay, making them think that they had some type of, you know, partnership. A partnership is something that is pretty much, it is a meeting of the minds in a sense, and it puts me in the mindset of the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a balanced like partnership, okay? But they made people think that this was a balanced partnership with equality and all that mess when it really wasn't. Okay. And so I'm going to get into that further. Okay. Well, let me get into it now. Did it just cut off on me? So, with scarcity here, okay, and I just took certain cards out of the Oracle deck that apply, that came, to mind, dealing with this, this matter here. So we got Salquat yacht, Saquayat, if I'm saying it right, not be, but it's okay. Scarcity, okay. So this is that scarcity mindset, okay. Having a scarcity mindset, and what is it? A number 21, reducing down to 3. Okay. 3 is the Empress. Okay. Dealing with the material world, dealing with um, love, okay, creativity, um, When I think of Empress, I think of fertility. So I think of the womb. And so I think of the reproductive area, okay? The root chakra area. So the goddess of scarcity talks about how, these energetic vampires, okay? She's the shadow of scarcity. So she's in the temple of shadows, element of air, okay? So it says beauty by day and hag by night. The silk, Suku Yant is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Old Hagag and Buhag. Whether energy or blood, for vampire, there is never enough to go around. Okay? So I'm going somewhere here. So I'm trying to, I don't want to be too long, but I want to be, I want to get out what I'm trying to get out here. So the guidance is you have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. Okay. Stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimbleful of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? The declaration is my blessings always overflow. So, this is the energy that they were siphoning from our people, okay? The copper tone people, the original indigenous aboriginals of this landmass, the soil, okay? And also making us think that we were from somewhere else so that they can, colonize our lands here in the Americas, okay? Um, and as long as they have us misidentified, okay, siphoning our energy, calling ourselves something that we are not, that is keeping us disconnected from the land, because the one that owns the lands owns everything upon the lands, okay? So this was the biggest betrayal, and I think I have this card somewhere, betrayal, somewhere. Well, I'll get to it. But this was the biggest betrayal, okay? And the scarcity mindset, okay? So they're the buhags, pretty much, siphoning the energy, okay? Energy and blood, the vampiric energy, okay? They actually, did blood sacrifice over a lot of our people. Um, they do a lot of that, today with adrenochrome, doing that to our children. So it's something, most definitely perpetual, okay? And this is why there are higher forces in play right now. And this is why their time is up here, okay? So this scarcity card tells us to be in the emperor and the empress energy and stop selling yourself short. Stop having a scarcity mindset and just accepting anything they give you, okay? So, that is also getting into another contract and also keeping these cords bind when we're supposed to be cutting them. I have that in here too, etheric cords, okay? So those are one of the cords that most definitely is imperative to us cutting, okay, at this time, because it has ruined our culture, traditions, okay? This ruined us as a people. Okay. It ruined our families. Okay. It has our people in a lot of disorder, disharmony, dis-ease, and death. And that's the consequences of it. Okay. So this is the time for us to realize to cut the cords. Stop being in this scarcity mindset and looking for other people that don't have no authority or leadership over you truthfully, because you're the true owners of this land, the rightful inhabitants of this land, I should say. Okay. And they're colonizers that took over the lands. Okay. They didn't follow none of the treaties that they were under. Okay. That was another portrayal. Okay. So now they want to give you all these man-made holidays to keep you distracted. And a lot of people are in this pleasure seeking uh, mentality where they just want to they want to feel good all the time. Okay. But it's a false sense of, you know, senses. You know, it's just temporary. And then you go back to your messed up, miserable everyday life. Okay. That they have a lot of people in, but you have consented to it. So you are under these contracts, these adhesion contracts, okay? Waiving your rights, getting into these contracts, because all of their contracts is about that. You waiving your rights, whether you know it or not, so that they can have control over you. Suck your energy. They're energy vampires. That's all they are. They can only operate off the energy of the people, okay? Especially the people, the original people of the soil, okay? That is very powerful, okay? A lot of people don't know that. They don't know their worthiness, okay? I think that's another card that I have in here, okay? So it's time that you connect back to your spirituality and your royalty. Okay, step into that and stop allowing these people to feed us off our energy and keep us blind, deaf, and dumb. Okay, and giving us and breadcrumbing us. Okay, because truthfully, they can't give us anything because they don't have anything to give us really. Everything that they have, they stole, okay, from the lands. And like I said, it belongs to the original inhabitants of the soil, everything that is of the soil, okay, and above the soil belongs to the original inhabitants, okay. That would be the copper tone people. So the best thing that they can do is just drop everything where it is and take their bodies and their offsprings and go bye-bye. The ancestors is most definitely, okay, making that happen. If they will not go willingly, they will go unwillingly because it's that time. And they have sucked enough off of the bosom of Mother Universe. I think I have that in here also. Surrender. Okay. Isis. A set. Okay. Yeah. Not giving back. Just taking, 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 taking. Right? So that's what time it is right there. And then we have the Capricorn energy. They did the Emancipation Proclamation and the Capricorn energy, Cap. Saturn, okay, Earth, root chakra. Okay, Capricorns are relentless, disciplined, critical, ambitious, pessimistic, suspicious, loyal. They have a need for security. Capricorns is about structure, repetition, practical, overachievers, persistent, structures, routine, and rules. Okay, government. They're trailblazers. They like to be in charge. Okay, they go through the worst pain, but are extremely resilient. And I was reading something or listening to something earlier, and it talked about a query, okay, and as correlating it with Capricorn energy, which was very interesting because a quarry is a place, typically a large, deep pit from which stone or other materials are or have been extracted. Okay, so gathering from the earth to build foundationally, the structure to build on. Okay, so they gathered a lot of things from the land to build their structures. Okay, and also our people being from the natural soils, they used us to build their structures. Okay, the structure to build on. Okay, so yeah, they used a lot of things from the earth to build their structures, and they used a lot of our people to build upon that. So the polarity sign of Capricorn is Cancer, which represents home, family, security, love. Okay, so to me, this is like the love. They made, our people feel that we were a part of something that was actually superficial all along. Okay, that they had our best interest when they never had our best interest. Okay, it's always a covert plot and scheme to ruin a people of royalty, okay, and to disconnect them, to misidentify them, and perpetually, okay, to cause a lot of hurt and harm and turmoil, steal their wealth, their birthright, okay, identity, identity theft, birthright, you know. So that also was the transfer of land ownership to create generational wealth for them. Okay, the transfer of land ownership, most definitely. And then we got what Aquarius, air, okay, which is Uranus and Saturn, root chakra. Uh, Aquariuses are non-traditional, visionary rebels, resemble freedom, innovators, progression, progressive thinkers. They're geniuses. They're original, independent, creative. Their polarity sign is Leo. Leo, the sun, leadership, creative, rulership, illuminator, fury, attention seekers. Okay, and that was what the 13th and the 15th Amendment. Okay, in Aquarius season. And then the 14th Amendment was in Cancer season, the water, the moon, the third eye chakra. Okay, highly intuitive and psychic. Their emotions and their feelings shapes their deepest instincts. Receptive to visions, loving, nurturing, compassionate, love, protective, creative, comfort, self-care, maternal energy, highly sensitive, defensive, and a strict disciplinarian. Okay, their polarity sign is Capricorn. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into the cards here. Surrender is set. Okay, number 44, number 8. 8, Saturn energy. The 4, um, dealing with home, security, land. Okay, Now, what we see here, okay, is set, okay, is mother sitting here gracefully and beautifully, okay, abundant. And this child, and I can't really see this picture, I can't see what that is sitting on top of this child's head, but this child is a pale skinned baby, sucking on the breast of mother, you see. And this is that example of them just sucking, okay, getting nourishment from Mother Universe. Just taking, getting their nourishment perpetually from Mother. But spit on her, abuse her, okay, dishonor her, and everything from her, okay. So this is why, too, they have karmic debt because of this. They did this perpetually to our people, okay. But again, also, our people need to surrender, okay, to the will of Mother. Come back to nature, because if you don't, then you're going to be a part of the destruction, their demise, if you don't, okay? If you don't come back to Mother, if you don't start, worshiping up under your own vine and fig tree where you belong, you gonna get caught up in their raft with them, okay? Saturn, okay? The emotionless teacher. And then we have Queen Mother Nani, number 37, reducing down to 10. Okay, liberation. So they gave you these things to make you think that you were liberated, that you were free, when you really wasn't free. You still wasn't free. You were free. They freed our ancestors from those physical shackles with these, acts and things and so forth. But they still weren't free. Okay, so this also was a betrayal to make our people think that they were free when they weren't. And you can look at today, everything that's going on. That's not freedom. Just because you're able to be free to rent a house or pay for a mortgage to live on your soil to them, okay, and go work for them, and they give you this worthless pieces of paper called fiat, okay, uh, inflating, all right, what they call FRNs, floating rate notes. You're not free. Everything you got is in your uh, commercial, construct name that is not you. It's a fictitious entity that they created. It came from them. So, all that emancipation, so-called freedom, they had you thinking you was getting, you know, they just put you in one shackle to the next. So now the shackles are not, they're invisible, okay? Um, and they are continue to be spiritual shackles, right? As above, so below, all right? So, but this emancipation, see, emancipation means what? Freeing someone from the control of another. But then they put you up under another regime with the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, and so-called making you a citizen of the United States, which how can you be a citizen of any type of corporation? If the United States is a federal corporation, how the hell can you be a citizen of that? Yeah. So the presidents is just like a president of Walmart, a president of McDonald's, a president of any type of registered company, corporation. The same thing. That's what the United States is. So, you know, also emancipation is a release, um, the act of liberating someone or something. So, let me ask you, they even have now in these some of these workplaces where they have lunches catering to Juneteenth, and they feeding people greens, ribs, and shit like this. So it's like, and then you having still having your parties with this, you know, pork ham hocks and your greens and barbecue and rib, and you happy for that moment. But have you liberated yourself? Have you people evolved at all? Okay, because we're part of nature, so we're supposed to be evolving. Even as people, we're supposed to be evolving. Okay, and just like the grounding card says, I think a reading that I did, the grounding card was came up in the space where what do we need to be aware of what are the ancestral patterns that we need to be aware of. Okay, we need to be evolving from those things. The way our ancestors ate was because they had no choice to eat that way, which was not healthy for them. So we need to evolve from that. Okay, stop trauma bonding with each other with this. Our ancestors want us to evolve, some of them, okay? But this is what we're supposed to be doing. So we shouldn't still be stuck in the same thing and get out of this wanting to feel good all the time, wanting to be in these just celebrations. But it's like, really, what are you celebrating? For real, for real. What really are we celebrating? We celebrating something that someone else that wanted control over our people, that stole from us, killed us perpetually, raped us, and you name it, gave us. So how is that celebratory? Why are you happy about that? That's that scarcity mindset that you need to surrender for true freedom. Okay? Etheric cores. Okay? And then with this 10, that's the wheel of fortune. Yeah, you need to shift things in your personal life, individual life, okay? And you need to have the strength and step up to your divinity, masculines and feminines, okay? And the emperor, empress energy, okay? And shift things, okay? They wanted to change our destiny, which they have done for so long, but it's now we need to come out of that, okay? We need to get, because this is a transfer of wealth back, okay, to the rightful inhabitants. If you're in that energy, you're going to miss that mark, okay? We're supposed to be getting back into our spirituality with the wonder magician, connecting with our higher selves, connecting with spirit, co-creating with spirit, okay? Etheric cords. These are the cords that we have to cut. We have to cut these cords. They have caused enough death, don't you think? Look at everything around you. That is the result of worshiping under someone else's culture and traditions, honoring someone else's ancestors. It has caused nothing but death to our people, spiritually and physically and generationally. And our children are suffering from the result of it. Their minds are screwed up because of it. Betrayal. Yes, that's all of the betrayals perpetually. Okay. You see Aunt Nancy here.